I have coffee that I'm gonna go grab out of the fridge real quick, and then I might do a quick-ish discussion, farm some easy YouTube content maybe, I don't know, because I wanted to talk about the dream cheating thing, because it's funny to me, and I think it could help be a platform for talking about other things that I've been wanting to talk about as far as cheating and speedrunning, because after making that one video, I got a lot of very bad takes about speedrunning and cheating and stuff, so I just wanted to use this as an excuse to talk about it. So give me like 2 minutes, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I guess I'll make this like a somewhat quick thing. Real quick. Dream put out like a twit longer or something. Yeah, what's up, Chaotic 4? That kind of, I can't find the original post anymore. I don't know if it got deleted or what, but long story short, as a response to which like this drama has been kind of over and done with for a while. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, Dream cheated, who cares, whatever. The dude's a content creator, nobody gives a fuck. Which I didn't necessarily agree with that sentiment, but that seemed to be like the normal sentiment going around now. But long story short, they were like, I know I didn't cheat, but also I might have cheated, and if I did, it was on accident, so you guys can't be mad at me. Which is like, okay, cool, great. In that particular instance of cheating isn't like that interesting to me, to be honest. Like I'm not interested in Minecraft, I'm not invested in Minecraft, so I don't really care. But it works as a really great analog for speedrunning as a whole in cheating, because I think it has a very unique, what's the word? Like, when you cheat in speedrunning, it's kind of different than cheating in any other game, because the way that competition works in speedrunning is very different than any other kind of game or competition in general. Like, for example, if you were to cheat in, like, sports, right? That's very different than, like, cheating in speedrunning, or if you're cheating in, like, a 1v1 or, like, a team game, like, something that's more competitively focused. But because speedrunning isn't necessarily 100% competitive, a lot of it is like a community effort, and like the community itself is what drives the whole act of speedrunning at this point. It's not really about getting world records and getting in the competition itself. Like, it's not about that. Not at least for, I think, most people. Some people might be motivated by the competition itself. Some people might be motivated by trying to get world records, but I think the majority of speedrunners aren't interested in that. And one of the biggest arguments that I saw against, like, basically why do you care if somebody cheats in speedrunning, mostly comes down to the fact that in speedrunning, when you cheat, even if you're not planning on doing, because this is the Dream defense, is like, it was for content, so it doesn't matter. It's not, it wasn't a world record run, so you shouldn't care. I'm not cheating somebody out of a world record, so it's not actually cheating. It was for content, so it's not actual cheating, which I actually very much disagree with. I think it's actually more insidious and more, like, you could fault him more for that, because the issue then becomes when you allow people to cheat for content and they're not open about what it is that they're doing, people will get confused and have false expectations about what actual speedrunning looks like for a particular game. That was the entire point of me making my cheater exposed video, because a lot of people had the same concerns. They're like, why do you care? This run isn't on the leaderboards. Why do you care if there isn't even like a leaderboard spot? Did he admit that he cheated? No, he said he might have cheated, but if he did, it was on accident, so you can't be mad at him. I forgot to clear my mod folder, so it was an accident, you can't be mad at me. Yeah, basically. Please let me do speed ones again. What an option select, I know, dude. Yeah, so long story short, yeah, the image of the image of speedrunning at that point becomes damaged as like in general, which was one of the reasons why I made the whole video I made in the first place. I didn't give a shit that the run was like just like a cheated run. It's the fact that it was so largely viewed. It had a lot of people viewing it, and Dream obviously has like a huge viewer base, a ton of like people that might not have gotten into like speedrunning at all if it wasn't for Dream. Like millions of people probably. Whether they actually speedrun or not is like a different story, but it's like they're getting introduced to the idea of it, and whether or not they actually convert over to being a part of the like various communities or not is like dubious. But regardless, that's an impression made on millions of people that is inaccurate to what actual speedrunning looks like, you know? And the people that it ends up damaging the most are the people that are in these communities that are like just legitimate speedrunners that enjoy the game for what it is, you know? Like, for example, if I was a Minecraft speedrunner, I know what the fuck I'm getting into. I know it's an RNG like hellfest. I know that I'm gonna be grinding for perfect like luck. Like that's the whole point at that point. Like if you didn't want to grind for luck, there are set seed categories, but people don't find those as interesting. So it's like, pick your poison or pick a different fucking game. Like, wow. And the whole idea of like Dream doing it for content hurts a lot because, again, I'm kind of just repeating myself. It hurts. What? Imagine you're a viewer that doesn't know any better, and you see this person like consistently getting very good luck. It's gonna completely warp your perception on what like it takes to actually speedrun a game, you know? It's the same thing with the exposed cheater run that or video that I did, where it's like, I don't want people to assume that you could just fucking run and jump into a fucking slope as the wolf and just clip in every time, like it's super free or whatever. Like, runs like that will just like dissuade people from like looking further into what is and what isn't real, you know? Or they just assume that people don't care, or people suck. Like, you're not as good as this person because they get this trick first try every time, or this person gets these drops. I don't understand why you're so unlucky or whatever. This is boring. I'm gonna go play Fortnite or whatever. Please email me the download for Minecraft too. But yeah, so why do speedrunners care about cheating? I personally don't think it has anything to do with the competition aspect of it. While I'm drinking cold brew out of a mason jar. Hey, cheers. But yeah, why do speedrunners care? It has less to do, I think, with the competition and more to do with the fact that it sets up unrealistic expectations for viewers, especially if it's like for content. I'm cheating for content. If you're just open about what you're doing, then I think it's perfectly fine. Do whatever the fuck you want for content. But when you start lying to people about why it is that you're doing what you're doing or what exactly the rules of your run is, that's when I think it gets into you're actively deceiving people for views at that point. You're lying to people for content. So, like, if I wanted to do a cheated run on Soten, I would just be honest. I'd just be like, hey, I'm using cheats because I think this will be fun. I've done that before. I've used cheats because I thought it was fun. And we've done runs like that. I can't think of any in particular, but... And that's good enough content on its own, but pretending to be more skilled than you actually are for content is like... Cheating so people think you're better, so you can get more views, is definitely some fucked up shit. What's up, Dutch? That's the whole conversation. I may or may not make that into a YouTube video. I don't know.